17 miles west of Bays. And of course, the one day I decided to take photographs, it was pouring rain, but it was worth it. It gives you a good idea of how sloppy it would get. I can remember going in to Yalova and seeing these tall wire bins, I guess you would say, filled with ekmek, and the Turkish women lifting their barefoot children up and dropping them inside and having them root around to get the largest loaf of ekmek they could find. And then when they got out, we would grab a loaf, grab a jug of wine, and get on the ferry and go into Istanbul, not thinking anything about it. I did like that ekmek. I wonder how many of these buildings survived the massive earthquake a few years ago. It did get very sloppy there when it rained, and you can see there were no sidewalks, so you had to walk in the mud puddles. That's where the taxis waited for when the ferries came in from Istanbul. We could jump into a cab and go out to base. Around base and of the small towns of Karamsel and of Yalova. The scenery was fairly Spartan, but it was really nice in some regards. Base was located on the Marmara Sea, and so was the small town of Karamsel, as was the small city of Yalova. That picture right there is Karamsel, the town of Karamsel. You can see the beaches were nothing special. This road between Base and Yalova is very old, and it's said that St. Paul once walked along it. It was very common back in the early 60s to see people walking with their horses or donkeys, men working with their horses and wagons. Turkey was very poor at the time. I remember taking the picture of that house right there. I remember it as looking very affluent for the area. And there was a chai house. That was the gate to one of the Turkish homes.